On a quiet night in Ohio, a man named Daniel sat by his window, staring at the empty street outside. The world around him seemed so still, yet inside his heart there was a storm of words he never said, feelings he never expressed, and love he had always been too afraid to show. He thought he had time. He thought tomorrow would always come. But life, as he was about to learn, doesn't wait for anyone. Love delayed is often love denied, and silence can break us more deeply than words ever could. This is Daniel's story, and it may break your silence too. Daniel Roberts grew up in a small town outside Columbus, Ohio. He was the kind of boy who kept to himself, quiet but thoughtful, always carrying a notebook where he wrote his thoughts instead of speaking them out loud. His father worked long hours at a factory, while his mother stayed home, keeping the family together through endless days of sacrifice. Daniel had one sibling, his younger sister Emily, who was full of laughter, life, and light. Emily was everything Daniel wasn't: outspoken, social, quick to show affection. She would hug their parents every night, tell them she loved them without hesitation, and reach for people with warmth that Daniel secretly admired but never dared to imitate. As Daniel grew older, his silence became a part of him. He cared deeply for people, but struggled to show it. When his mother cooked meals, he wanted to thank her sincerely, but all that came out was a polite thanks. When his father worked himself to exhaustion, Daniel wanted to say, "I see your sacrifice, and I love you for it," but he stayed quiet. With Emily, it was easier. She always understood him. She could see love in his eyes, even when words failed him. But even with her, Daniel never said the words out loud. "I love you," he thought. She already knew. Life moved on, as it always does. Daniel graduated high school, went to college, and found a job in Cincinnati as a junior architect. He was good at what he did: precise, creative, reliable. But inside, he carried the same silence he always had. He had friends, yes, but never close ones. He had coworkers who admired his discipline, but few knew the depth of his heart. Daniel wanted to love and be loved, but he was trapped inside his own inability to express it. Then came the turning point. One evening, when Daniel was in his mid-30s, he received a phone call that changed everything. His sister Emily had been in a car accident on her way home from work. The news hit him like a punch to the chest. She was in critical condition, and the doctors weren't sure she would survive the night. Daniel dropped everything, rushing to the hospital, his heart racing, his thoughts scattered. When he arrived, Emily was unconscious, surrounded by machines, her life hanging by fragile threads. His parents were there, broken and crying. And for the first time in his life, Daniel felt the unbearable weight of his silence. He realized that if Emily didn't wake up, she would never hear the words he had kept inside all those years. Words he thought he would say someday. Words like, "You are the best sister I could ever ask for. You taught me what love looks like. You made me better just by being in my life. I love you." But he had never said them, and maybe now it was too late. He sat by her side, holding her hand, tears falling silently. His parents wept too, but Daniel's pain was of a different kind. It was the pain of regret. Regret for waiting too long. Regret for not speaking when he had the chance. Regret for letting silence win. That night, Daniel whispered those words into her ear, hoping against hope that she could hear him. And for the first time, his heart broke open. "Emily, I love you. Please don't go. Please don't leave without knowing how much you mean to me." Emily survived the night, though the recovery was long and difficult. But for Daniel, something inside had changed forever. The accident had awakened him to a truth he could no longer ignore. We cannot wait to love. We cannot assume tomorrow will come. We cannot carry our words like secrets, hoping one day we will find the right moment, because the right moment is always now. From then on, Daniel decided to live differently. He began to speak love openly, even if it felt uncomfortable. At first, it was awkward. His parents were surprised the first time he said, "I love you," without hesitation. His friends were caught off guard when he told them how much he appreciated their presence in his life. But slowly, people began to see a new Daniel, a man who wasn't just hardworking and reliable, but also open, kind, and deeply connected. And perhaps the biggest change came when Daniel met Sarah Miller, a schoolteacher from Dayton, Ohio. Sarah was gentle yet strong, with a smile that lit up the room. For the first time, Daniel didn't hold back. He told her from the beginning how much he admired her. how he loved spending time with her, and eventually, how deeply he loved her. Sarah later told him that what made her fall in love with him was not just his kindness, but his honesty, the way he wasn't afraid to speak love aloud. Years later, when Daniel stood at the altar with Sarah, he remembered the night in the hospital with Emily. He remembered the regret, the silence, the almost lost chance, and he whispered to himself a vow. Never again. I will never wait to love. This story, Daniel's story, is more than just one man's journey. It is a mirror for all of us. How many times have we held back words that needed to be spoken? How many times have we assumed the people we love already know how we feel? How many times have we let fear, pride, or habit keep us silent? Life is shorter than we think. Moments slip away faster than we realize, and sometimes the chance to really love never comes back once it's gone. So don't wait to love. Don't wait to tell your parents how grateful you are for their sacrifices. Don't wait to tell your siblings how much they mean to you. Don't wait to tell your friends that their presence has shaped your life. Don't wait to hold the hand of someone dear and say, I love you, because love, unspoken, is love unfinished, and silence left too long becomes regret. Daniel Roberts learned this the hard way, but you don't have to. Let his story break your silence. Let it remind you that love is not something we save for later. It is something we give now today, in this moment, because this moment is the only one we are guaranteed. So after this video ends, I want you to do something simple but powerful. Pick up your phone, call someone you love, and tell them. Or if they're near you, look them in the eye and say it. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised, and love, once given, is never wasted. Don't wait to love, because love spoken today may heal a heart, mend a bond, or save a soul. And in the end, love is the only legacy that truly matters.